King's Quest: A Night to Remember is a beautiful experiment in resurrecting the conventions of gaming's past and dressing them up in the lush graphics available today. It's funny and beautiful, and even its weak moments are full of detailed art and enthusiastic performances. The likable and overly excitable Graham from the original 1984 King's Quest is rebooted here.
If I drink it, will I understand the language of creatures?
And this version represents a high-quality new start for the series. It is unfailingly gorgeous, with hand-painted backgrounds and a main character that looks like he came straight out of a Golden Age Disney movie. But nothing adds charm to the story quite like Christopher Lloyd's voiceover as an old version of Graham, as he tells and embellishes his story to his rowdy granddaughter, Gwendolyn.
When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I had seen a dragon.
He delivers hundreds of puns with relish, explaining away each death or mistake you make, and keeps rattling off new gags even after repeated failed interactions on the same object.
It's a shame I was fired so early. I was climbing rapidly towards success.
Their banter is the best part about King's Quest, and it encouraged me to explore everything thoroughly. But while this looks like a modern reinvention of the adventure genre, its sensibilities are old school. It generally works, even in the total absence of a tutorial or quest reminders. It's all about the classic adventure structure of furthering the plot by finding objects and figuring out where they go.
The housing's broken. If you bring us something we can hollow out to house the candle, you can have it for the price of one shiny gold coin.
It works fantastically early on, but midway through the roughly 6 hours of playtime, it tosses in the need to find many things at once, and that gets confusing due to the lack of quest tracking. The pace bogs down at this point because Graham has to wander back and forth to experiment on things, and doesn't pick up again until you narrow down his inventory. Frequent loading screens make this section even more of a downer, but at least they're usually brief.
Then I use my cleverness to hide.
Fortunately, none of the puzzles are particularly hard. They're just tough enough to live up to the name of brain teaser, and even when I got stuck for a little bit, the solutions usually seemed obvious in retrospect. They tend to complement the story's major choice as well.
Aha!
There aren't a lot of them, but they have a major influence on things to come, and they do a good job of letting you choose whether your version of Graham behaves as a hero or a coward.
What a clever choice! Such craftsmanship, and sturdy too! Just hope you didn't pay too much. I'd hate for you to have spent all your money when you've only just arrived in town, right?
All of that makes this tale funny, beautiful, and challenging enough to make up for a few plotting quests. This first of 5 episodes maintains its charming personality from start to finish. For more on King's Quest, stick with us here at IGN.